Please join me in this affirmative prayer. As I call myself to this present moment, I am mindful of my breath, of my body, and of my thoughts. Recognizing that all thought, all breath, every creation of life itself is part of the one life that is God's life now. As I recognize this truth for all of creation, I must and do now embrace this truth as all that I am. I am a living expression of the beingness of this one life. It has found in me, in this moment, a perfect avenue through which its creativity, its intelligence, its love, its compassion, and all of its life is afforded complete and total access. I am a portal of divinity that is so complete and so convinced of its own good that it can do nothing but express that goodness. And so what I know now is that my life is committed in this moment to perfect good. That good that is so absolute and so complete that it cannot be encapsulated, that it must be expressed, that it cannot be held back, that it must move and live and have its being, and it is having its being as me right now. I am so divinely inspired today that I rise up and move into the world as the living embodiment of this goodness. And so every person I come into contact with, the measure of goodness in their life is increased because I am there. In every affair of my life now, it is experiencing a greater measure of goodness because of my presence in it. In every relationship that I have, there is an increased sense of this goodness because I am arriving with that goodness now. And so I fashion myself to be a perfect conduit through which that goodness is conducting my life. As I take every step in my day, I place it one in front of the other with an even greater and greater and greater commitment to this truth. And so I am unyieldingly grateful. I am so thankful to know this, to be it, and to recognize that as my presence blesses the world, that I am literally bowled over, awestruck by the amount of good that is unfolding in my life, that is my infinite blessing from the divine. And so I give thanks for all of those relationships, for all of those affairs, for all of the circumstances of my life. I am eternally grateful for the presence of this goodness because it has arrived as me now. And so I surrender. I release this prayer and this word unto a law that can only receive it, that can only affirm it, that is only preparing itself to bring this into fruition in even grander and more powerful ways. That in this moment, as I have claimed my presence of good, the goodness of my life is so magnified and so amplified that there is no place that I can turn where I am not met by my good and the good of God. And so I let it be, knowing that it is already done. And so it is. Amen.